And to examine that, we say good day to Nick Tandy, who played for the Pompano Cowboys in this league. Nick is currently a running back for Cornell in the Ivy League. Nick, welcome.
Hey, how you doing, Bob?
Just fine, and thank you for joining us. And I understand that you know Rob Glover, the young man who was at the beginning and the very end of our report. And as you observe where life has taken him, what do you think?
Yes, I do know Rob. I looked up to Rob playing. I played a pound below him, and he was just like, he was an amazing athlete. And I know that me and him, we kind of like started at the same place, and there were some decisions that he made that were different from mine that have him ended up in the place that's where he's at now. And we also have come from two different situations, so we can't compare us as like two equals.
Let's go back to when you were, and I know you want to talk a number of things about the league, and you certainly feel the league has been a positive force in your life, and I want to give you a chance to talk about that. But take me back when you were only weighing 110 pounds, playing for Pompano against that big Lauderdale team, Lauderdale Lakes. What happened?
So, it was the only instance where I remember where gambling was an issue in relation to me was that game where after the game, who bet $8,000 on the game, and I didn't know who the individual was, but after the game, I remember somebody coming up to me, giving me, I believe it was $10, and told me, "Here, good game." And afterwards, I went to speak to my coaches, Coach Chuck and Coach Warren, and even though I was only 12 years old, I knew that $10 was less than 1% of 8,000. And I was like, "Coach, like, he only gave me $10. He bet this much on a game." And when I told the coaches that, they snapped on me. Like, they said, "That's dirty money. You don't need to be involved with that. Your parents raised you better than that." And they made me go give the money back to the individual. And from then on, I never got involved with the situation. I was aware of what's going on as far as gambling. I know it's been going on for a long time, even before I was born, even though ESPN is just now bringing light to it. But that was my only instance where I had an interaction with it.
Yet, I understand when you were about to become, a sophomore in high school, and were quite an acclaimed player in the youth league, we saw in our report the possibility and the reality of some kids being paid to play, that this possibility, I know, crossed in front of you.
Not directly from a coach. I remember you would have players come up to you at school and saying, "Oh, you could try to recruit you, or you should come to this team," or I may be getting paid to play my sophomore year in Little League, but that's nothing. I've never saw that as something that I wanted to do. I knew that I had a dream. I wanted to go to college, and staying back an extra year and playing Little League wasn't going to help me move forward to what I wanted to do.
Talk for a second about what you see as the positives here of what this league did for you, the structure, obviously the athletic side of it, but what it brought to your growing up.
So the Pompano Cowboys specifically, they put me in the position I am today to be able to be at Cornell University. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have a shot at playing running back because I was a center and linebacker at first. I wouldn't have a shot at going to Blanche Ely High School, which is a big-time high school in that area. And from then on, I wouldn't be able to move on and play football at Cornell, because if it wasn't for football and me growing up playing it all my life, I wouldn't have the shot at being at Cornell, because I wouldn't know what the Ivy League was, because they recruited me for football at first, initially. So the Pompano Cowboys have been nothing but positive to me, and OZ is a big reason of that, because he built that program from the ground up. I remember
when know him well,
it wasn't what it is today. Yeah, I do know OZ, and OZ, he's always provided opportunities for individuals, for athletes to play at the Pompano Cowboys, and that's pretty much it.
We've had individuals who have played and coached in that league say, you guys at ESPN talk about the, quote, drug dealers. And again, that was brought to us by people such as Al Harris. They were the individuals on the ground saying the drug dealers are the ones that are primarily doing the gambling. But people have told us that, these guys who may make their living doing that do good things for these kids. Is that a commonly heard sentiment?
No, I mean, it all depends. It depends on the situation. I believe there's a lot of speculation right now as far as the drug dealers. I know that the drug dealers probably do the bigger bets. I don't know personally. I don't know any drug dealer who is gambled on a game.
But as far as helping out kids, as far as paying the entrance fees and picking them up. We hear anecdotally people saying, these guys helped me. They took me off the street. They gave me structure. They put me here. They may make their living this certain way, but they've done good things for me.
I mean, that may be true. I don't have any personal stories with regards to that, so I can't speak on it confidently because that wasn't my situation. I was fortunate to have both parents at home and two coaches who really cared about me. Like I said, Coach Chuck and Coach Warren, along with OZ. So, pretty much.
When you grow up and play in this environment, and of course, your situation, two parents, obviously you've made a lot of good decisions in your life. How much energy does it take to stay away from the other stuff that can take you down another path?
So, I think it takes you back to your household, and my parents are always instilled good morals in me, along with my coaches, and at times it's hard, and it especially gets hard when you get to the 15, 16, 17-year-old range where it's hard to get a job. I'm going to throw an interesting fact at you real quick. African American males aged 16 to 19 in that area, the unemployment rate is over 40%. So when you're sitting there trying to find a job and your parents no longer can provide for you, sometimes the easy way out is to go and see what are these drug dealers doing? Oh, maybe I need to push drugs in order to pay for my school clothes so that I won't get kids won't crack jokes on me in school. It's just not like providing food on the table, but it's just to live up to that standard that everybody has set, that what you're supposed to live at. And in these areas, I think that's a big issue.
And so, certainly, by your experience and your observation, this league provides a lot of structure to a lot of kids and helps them make the good decisions. And Nick Tandy, it's obviously you've made a lot of those. We wish you the best of luck at Cornell in your academic and your athletic career. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us today. We appreciate it. And to learn more on the issues around